Okay, well, hi everyone. Thank you so much for coming to this webinar, this workshop that I typically have every month or so. And so, if you haven't seen them yet, I do these quite often. And so, thank you so much for coming. And I really appreciate everyone who is here. Honestly, the support and all the encouragement has been really encouraging. And so, yeah, I'm just happy that we're all honestly all in the same boat. And so, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, yes, this is how to make a marketing portfolio without experience. So, if you are ever in the same boat as me, I have been there where there is such a gap between our post grad to adulthood of how this gap is so daunting and how I really don't know how to start, where to go, what skills I even have. And so I kind of wanted to do the work, the communication, and honestly build the community to teach and to honestly relate to one another and honestly just prepare you with the tools and resources that you need to kind of spearhead and kind of grow from whatever career that you want in marketing, or honestly could look like anything with marketing. Marketing is honestly, you could do so much. And that's the great thing, but it's also something that is just so much and so overwhelming. And so I definitely wanted to, yeah, just honestly root for everyone here and really just talk about how passionate I am and that we're honestly all trying to figure it out in this job market climate. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So again, like I mentioned previously, if you haven't seen it, there's like a QR code there regarding my webinars. You can find them on YouTube. They usually uploaded. I usually have these live just so that in case you have personal questions that you want, you could honestly feel free to ask anything. It's not even limited to marketing. I also do resume, interview prep, but the most that I'm usually known for is marketing. And so you could go ahead and watch them on your own free time. And this meeting will also be recorded, and so yes, you could also feel free to watch them when it's recorded and, take notes as well. Okay, again, like I mentioned previously, a few things have honestly changed from when I started that marketing portfolio webinar. And so, again, I've mentioned before that I myself am a creator. I'm really passionate about influencer marketing, video editing, content creation, networking, community management, as well as just these webinars that I really have no cap when it comes to this growth. And so it's just something I'm really just trying to grab on any opportunity that I have, as well as the freelance opportunity. So a lot has changed in 6 months. I had the privilege to work with Fleur. If you don't know what Fleur is, it's a glassware company made by Ethan Road. He's a coffee creator on social media, and he started a glassware company that's like insulated. Funnily enough, I actually have it right here. It's clear, but it's really cool because it's insulated. And so I actually had the privilege to become a UGC creator. And so that has honestly been really great. So I get to see behind the scenes of how my ads become generated through conversion clicks or anything that's generated into a purchase where I get commission, as well as Seven Leaves. I recently became an ambassador. And so I get free drinks in order to advertise their drinks. And sometimes there are paid campaigns, which is also another great opportunity. And I love my Seven Leaves team, as well as different ambassadorships like Ipsy, where they give me a monthly subscription, where again, I have my own link and I get to get commission, as well as just the reality of being in corporate America. I am unfortunately a full-time worker. I am in social work. And honestly, this past year of searching for marketing, it really is an unending process. And so I myself am really exploring of what categories that I want to explore. So that could be marketing, business, or talent coordinator. And again, as I've mentioned again and again, I'm forever a work in progress. I'm forever working and trying to grow and really develop these skills. And so that's a little bit about me with some of my credentials. And I didn't really go too much in depth with the agenda just because I kind of just wanted to showcase my portfolio. I realized in the last webinar, I didn't really give much love to her. So I kind of wanted to showcase how much she's developed over the years and what honestly has been working. And so with the agenda, I wanted to do a little older sister talk, sister to sister, sister to brother, whatever, and then kind of go through my portfolio and some keywords of using either campaigns or projects. And so I just wanted to start off by holding your hand and saying that the way you carry yourself is honestly everything when it comes to networking, resumes, job search, marketing, connecting. Like the way confidence can literally make or break an interview, can make or break a job or even a first impression. And so before I even start with portfolio or experience or I don't know this, I don't know that, I think really dig deep of where this confidence or lack of confidence comes from because I think no one taught me, but I used to say like I'm a post-grad student. Immediately that's already implying that I don't feel confident enough to do a job that I'm trying to convince you for. So I myself have to believe in myself in order to persuade someone else that I should be hired or I should be A, B, and C. And so I just wanted to address that once you accomplish that, once you achieve that, your mind literally can do anything. Even if something is impossible, you will get it. Like you have to get it because it belongs to you. The reason why I say this is because I got Fleur. Long story short, I've been following Fleur for a long time, the glassware company, and I knew I'm going to get my foot in that door. I don't care if I have to kick it open. I don't know if I have to pry it open, but I wanted this opportunity. And lo and behold, Ethan Road posted a story and he was like, I'm looking for creators. And boom, I literally did not even think that I could even manage this opportunity. And it became a reality. And so that is something where I'm like, okay, the moment I just keep going, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. And so I just wanted to do a little sister talk. But another thing is I want to go into how there's this misconception. I feel like watching back on my old webinar, I wanted to showcase how portfolio is not your personality. Yes, like you can make it cute, you can make it all quirky and everything, but remember the core value of a portfolio is to showcase almost like a business. Like you don't want to make sure like a cafe, right? A cafe is really cute and like I want to host a cafe. I want to make a cafe. But realistically, there's a lot of business needs behind a cafe, like anything that breaks down or running out of supplies, like all this maintenance and, meeting all these kind of sustainable standards or anything like that. Like you really have to think about the bigger picture of what it is. And so I did want to address that as well. So the first kind of column is like not only cute. And the reason why I say this is because everyone says like, oh, your portfolio is really cute. And like I think in general, of course, like I want it to be visually pleasing, but I feel like everyone can do a cute portfolio, but not everyone can have a successful portfolio. And the reason why I say that is because every white space is important in your folio. So make sure that every item, every clickable transition to another page, it has value, right? So it's cute, but what work does it show? And so I would like to make it seem like a portfolio is like a resume with no visual boundaries and make sure that your portfolio has purpose as well as numbers. This is something that no one taught me until I met a recruiter or a job seeker. I forgot who, but she was like, "Oh, I like your portfolio, but I see nothing on it. I only see images." So make sure you showcase the kind of growth, the kind of metrics that you incorporated into your portfolio. So it's something like you could even look it up on ChatGPT or Gemini, but it could look like generated 32% increase in user traffic or brought 4.2 followers in the span of a month. Ooh, I put two. And then metrics are what matters to businesses. Because at the end of the day, your portfolio is supposed to showcase what do you bring to the table and why are you more valuable than the next candidate that you could actually show direct experience? And again, of course, I know I mentioned the whole premise of this portfolio webinar was that, oh, I don't have experience. But again, transitioning into projects. So Something I also wanted to address is that there is no such thing as I don't have experience. That is a myth because I don't have experience, but I made my experience. I made something out of nothing because realistically, like I said, I'm gonna hold your hand. No one is going to hand you opportunity. You have to fight, you have to search, you have to convince, and you have to present yourself where this opportunity is meant for you. And that's where I always go back. It is how you carry yourself. Because the way I'm talking to you, I'm really confident, I'm really well spoken, and I've literally mastered the languages, the key words over the course of 2 to 3 years. But if you talked to me 2 to 3 years ago, I'd be like, oh, I like marketing and I graduated school and I'm interested versus like, hey, I'm an expert, I am a master at marketing and A, B, and C has proven so. Look at my work. Look at how I carry myself. Look at what I say. Look at my resume, et cetera, et cetera. And so with projects, that could look like anything. If you see my friend who's in this meeting, she was at a coffee shop, right? And you post on their story and they respond like, hey, to, I liked your story, and be like, shoot your shot and say, hey, actually, I do content. Would you like to see my work? And you showcase your work, and bam, that's how I got the Seven Leaves ambassadorship. So you really have to pitch yourself in a way like you're your own agent. Like you have to be your own mother and be your own agent, and you have to speak on behalf for yourself. So again, with freelance, volunteer, internship, or your own projects, you really have to present it in a way where it looks legitimate, or people would actually like that work, or people would actually follow your work. And so that's like a kind of a brief. Again, I didn't want to go too much in depth in terms of my webinar because I actually wanted it to be a little more personal and showcase my work. And so this is my updated portfolio. So I could actually put it in the chat of what that looks like. So you could join me if you'd like to see ahead. But this is my updated portfolio. And so as you could see, I'm going to refresh. So I did this animation manually and I just did certain edits. So I wanted to start off simple, but a little niche where I see this as a trend. So I actually manually found this frame and then animated this drag down. And then this is the photo booth that I actually went to. And then again, just a brief metrics, numbers, again, keywords, calculated outreach, strategic sales, 30%, 5 years, anything like that, ROI, social media, email marketing, anything like that. Like just throw in random keywords. But obviously, you should know what you're talking about. But then I kind of transitioned. Again, I kind of wanted it to be like an introductory where I am into video editing and I've done video editing for a long time. So I do want to preface all my experience. I've been doing this a long time. So this is not going to happen overnight. And so you just have to keep going and it will really reflect on the ways that you work because this mentality, this creativity is built. It is not natural to me. I am not a naturally creative person. It is something I've built over the time. And so this is just something that I just naturally like, or I say naturally, but this is something I thought of. And so, yeah, it's just something where I wanted it to be an association to something. I also mentioned that in my last resume. And again, I get inspiration. So if you watch my last webinar, I get inspiration from other people, just things I consume. And so this is another like drop down thing. So if you click on them, it will take you to this menu. And again, this is Canva. And so I really like Canva. And then again, another Pinterest. So when people are looking at my portfolio, they're probably thinking like, oh, okay, like this is really cool, or like this is really cute. But it's really just a reflection of how much of a strong understanding that I have of social media, of users going onto my site. Each part of my portfolio is intentional to where someone's clicking, where someone's scrolling. I wanted to tell a story. So this first page is again me. It is Gmail. That is me. So if I were to leave you with one thing, maybe it's this page, right? And so with this page, it's very intriguing. It gives an impression like I want to know more. And again, another thing is like I put my resume, my cover letter, and an email signature that I made, and then I did a mock content calendar to make it seem like I am very comfortable with content calendars. And in social media, marketing, community management, calendars are everything. Like reminders are everything. And so that's kind of what I wanted to showcase. And again, this is a small detail that I think has done really well in the past, which is having like a drop down menu or not drop down menu, like a menu to my links and everything. Cause like I know that when I'm looking at a portfolio, and they're talking all about Instagram, talking about all about YouTube, and they don't put their handle. I'm like, where's your handle? And so that's just something that I notice in consuming, in watching, in seeing and observing. Oh, they don't have that. I think I should incorporate that. So these are things that I personally like to do. And so another key page that I think has really, really changed my career, my opportunities has been changing my keywords to sound legitimate. So, like, this has forever been projects. When I put projects here, I got nothing. Because when people think of projects, they think of like school or like mock campaigns, which it is true. They're so valuable, but in terms of a career sense, people will shoo me away, right? Like they want to see real opportunities, which I know it's really hard. But for me, I didn't have any. I'm just going to say this page was empty, right? It looked like this, where I had my LinkedIn, I had my videos and stuff. So I would just do mock projects, but I wouldn't say mock projects. I would just say, like, yeah, partnerships or brands, even something vague and enticing where someone who's looking at, they're like, brands, who does she work with? Like, who is she? I want to know her. It is all about telling a story of intrigue and almost like not sales, but just you want to tell like an incremental story where they want to get to know you. And so, for example, this in progress, right? I incorporated this, but it shows that I'm actively seeking projects, and even if it's empty, I still got stuff, right? And so this is again something that I've worked on for a while. Again, I've built over time, but I have certain metrics here, certain videos and everything, and then a brief summary of what entails into my ambassadorship again. And then again, I have done UGC creation for Fleur, the glassware company. So if you don't know what UGC is, it's essentially making content for another brand for them to advertise your work. And so I get commission, but technically he owns it because it is now on his page. And so that's just a couple that I've made in the past. And then again, metrics, generated 30 conversions. Excuse me. And then again, this opportunity right here, I actually reached out and was like, hey, I love your marketplace. If you're Korean, you know, this is like a H Mart, but older version of a supermarket. And I love them. Like I've been growing up in this supermarket and they didn't even have a partnership. And I literally showed them how to have a partnership and I made them a creative brief and they didn't even know what that was. And so, again, another opportunity where I reached out. Again, PR, I reach out to them, reach out to them, reach out to them, they reach out to me. And then again, this is not something where they reach out to me, but I want to showcase that I used to really like beauty. I did beauty like series on my page or anything, and you don't have to show your face. Like for example, this one I didn't show my face. This one I didn't show my face. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. And then again, connections. My friend invited me to a BMW event, which was really cool. We saw an unreleased car, but that was so cool. Like I met him in LA, right? And then again, someone reached out to me on LinkedIn and he was starting kind of an affiliate marketing, affiliate link app. And so I used that actually. But yeah, so that's something that changed um, my experience when it comes to career, networking, everything like that, like this, partnerships, like brands, even the word opportunity, that would get me. That would get me. And so I would really, really dig deep in how you carry yourself, how you mentally are like, oh, I don't think I have that much experience. I only have projects. No one's accepting me. Like, no, you are because you will. And so you fake it until you make it and just try. And honestly, like I wouldn't have grown as much if I hadn't done that. And again, I wanted it to be an association to something. And so I just kind of like screenshotted my Instagram account, showed some metrics, again, a little brief. And again, with certain metrics, right? Certain metrics, anything like that. And then again, drop down menu. And then again with YouTube. So this is my bread and butter. I've been an editor for a while. I love editing. And so this is something, again, I wanted it to look like YouTube, where it's like, oh, she knows what she's doing. She knows what YouTube is, right? And so, yeah, a few edits that I've made over the years. And then, again, TikTok, I could use a little love on her. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a crazy like TikTok person. So I will just be real. So, yeah, you don't have to include TikTok, YouTube, like all the platforms. I just did it because I was just thinking, like, if my work isn't enough, how could I grab their attention where they know it's TikTok, but then they'll know it's me, right? Because, like, my work, I only got 300 followers, right? Like, that's not a lot. But the fact that I mimicked TikTok or like people associate it with something like they know. And then again, with my marketing campaigns, I went all in depth in my marketing campaign one, so I won't go too much in depth in this one. But again, these are all mock. And then again, I actually had visibility from the brands themselves. And so the fact that, again, these mock campaigns, they became real. So I'll just say it really just becomes a reality when you just put in the work. And so, because once you put in the work for something, it will become and develop into something, whether you like it or not, into something that will reward you. And so, yeah, like LinkedIn. I remember my first post. I was like, y'all, I'm sick of job searching. Like, I'm tired and I don't know what to do. And I'm still feeling like that, like to this day. I'm also in a quarter life crisis. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna still keep going because it's gonna reward me and I just know it's gonna pay off. And so it's funny because I've made a community. I've built so much time with all of you guys, and so I do not regret one bit. And I would continue the journey anyway. And so again, I mentioned the webinars that I've done. And then again, I was featured in the Wall Street Journal, which was an opportunity that I really didn't think would go about. And then again, I created content for the stationery brand. If you're an OC, love them. It's called Floyn. And then again, I was featured in a TikTok that gained 15 million views across different platforms, and it was really funny. Got to meet cool people. And then my friend, if you're in the OC area, Selfless Skin, she's an esthetician and she does skin stuff, so love her Cam. And then I have an About Me page that's generally the same thing, but it has my sites, my logos, and my handles and everything, and then my Paralink, which is the affiliate marketing thing. And then, yeah, that's basically it, you guys. That basically concludes my marketing portfolio webinar. And I just wanted to leave a little bit more time for everyone else in case you guys had any questions or anything. But yeah, no, thank you so much for coming in and watching. And all of this will be recorded, all of this will be posted, including the slides that you could follow. My links will be underneath as well. But yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, you're free to go or you're free to stay. If you have any resume questions, if you have any portfolio questions, networking questions, visibility questions, anything like that. Thank you, Brianna. Okay, I brought this back. But Lillian, you had a question. So I actually had a question about securing brand partnerships. How did you reach out to different brands? Okay, that's a great question. I'm gonna actually go ahead and see the partnerships page. So with Bubble, it's still in progress, but someone actually was a Bubble ambassador, and I saw her post, I think on LinkedIn. I was like, hey, like I saw you're a Bubble ambassador. Like I would love to know more. Like how does that look like? And essentially, you have to do it yourself. So you have to go to their ambassador page and then you have to apply and then you get accepted into kind of like the IT or TYB, try your best. I don't know if you know that one. Here, I'll write it down. So try your best. So it's TYB. It's an app where you earn points and you earn rewards, and then you can also do different challenges. And so the bubble ambassador, you apply and then you get into, um, yeah, you apply, you get into the program, and then you have to earn and do challenges and do points, and then you eventually become an ambassador. So I'm just like making the points. Ipsy, I was really lucky, but I've been wanting to be in their ambassador program for a couple months now, and I actually saw they had a challenge or opportunity, and I saw someone commented on their page, and it turns out she worked at Ipsy, so I reached out to her, and she got me in their ambassador program. And then Sunray, I've been meaning to make their content, but I've been again delaying. Seven Leaves, I posted on their page regarding a story that I made. I think it was this story right here, and I was like, oh, I really wanted to join your, like, if you have an ambassador program, I would love to join. And then they actually just started their ambassador program. And so I was really lucky with them as well. So timing is really important because as well as with this one, I think timing really played in my favor because he just posted it like 10 minutes into his story. And then I got the opportunity because I said, hey, I'm really interested in your opportunity in the story that you posted. Feel free to see my partnerships page, right? Obviously, if they say see my portfolio, they're more likely not going to see it. But because I have previous partnerships, they were like, "Oh, I love." So I showed him. Let me see. I think it's here. I showed him this video right here. So Nami Matcha had a campaign, and he saw it in here, and he was like, "Oh, I really liked it." And so then I got the opportunity. So again, it's really all about the visibility, placement, and positioning to show my work without being too loud. So I will just say that. And then Hanam Chain, which is a Korean market, I reach out to them. I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you have an ambassador program, but I would love to join." And they're like, "We don't even know what that is." So I was like, "Oh, so I'll teach you." So I taught them and they were really excited. And so this was a really cool opportunity because, again, I really took a lot of initiative. And so, yeah, and again, it's just nostalgic for me. And then Wild Wonder, I was just like telling them, like, hey, I love your products. I love your drinks. I would love to, I would love to be a part of your, or I would love to get some drinks. So I got PR, but I'm not a part of their ambassador program or anything. And then Fleur is obviously from before, Seven is before, and then they reached out to me. And then this, I don't have any partnerships with them, but I just wanted to showcase my work. And so I just, I've been posting for a long time. And so I kind of did this series of things I do at work. And then I just did my makeup there. And then again, some UGC. My sister had a wedding. And so I shot content for her makeup artist. I did this at work. And then again, I met someone and actually met him through LinkedIn and he invited me to a BMW event. And then again, someone reached out to me. And so if you had any more specific questions, I could feel free to answer. Even like, how did I pitch myself? Like, I could even do something like that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, actually, I had another question about like pitching yourself. I've heard a lot of like content creators they do like email pitches to different brands. And I was
Hmm.
wondering if you had like I don't know, like an email template that you use or like I don't know, a certain like email.
Start recording. Okay. But yeah, no, I was gonna go ahead and share what my mock, I guess yeah, it's like a mock, but I usually use this formula. So I usually try to find um, their email, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a brand's email. This is again, this is like I would start expecting that they ghost you, because they most likely do not respond to you.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe Instagram might be a better outlet. So either their email or Instagram. And then I usually put let's collaborate and then my name. And then I say, hi, blah, blah. I hope you're doing well. My name is blank, and I love your furniture. I love your products. I love your drinks. I love your company, right? I would like to introduce myself, a little bit about me. I have a wide range of these are the keywords that I mentioned. So,
Mm-hmm.
brand activations, social media campaigns, and partnerships. And with brands like, again, Rare Beauty, Sashu, Fleur, and more. And then again, this is optional, but because I just moved out and I just bought a product of theirs, I was like, I actually just brought your sofa, and I would love to make content for you. And I look forward to hearing from you. And something that I feel like showcases a bit of an impression is that one, I have my portfolio for them to look at. And then two is I actually created my own email signature. And so if you look up on Canva, I think I went through it somewhere, but I put email signature. So email signature, this is the dimension 400 to 200 pixels, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to make sure it gets downloaded as a PNG. Because
Mm-hmm.
if it's a JPEG, it will attach to the email and not go on to the email. So, like for example, if you do a PDF, it will attach to the email like as an attachment. It won't go on your email. So every
Uh-huh.
PNG, so that's like a format of an image, it will go like on your email, if that makes sense. Because I realized I was emailing all these brands and I was like, I don't have a brand, but I'm my own brand. And so what do I just made my own email signature? So yeah, that's kind of like where it came from. And then again, it's like always what I use, which is this is actually my yep, yeah, my YouTube thumbnail. And then I put my
Mm-hmm.
socials, and then again I put the QR code. So that's usually my formula. And then the same thing on Instagram. It's a little shorter. I usually do, my name is Grace, and then it goes up to this. So I would love to collaborate with you. And then I would say, feel free to see my partnerships page. So then I copy and paste this link. Because usually when it comes to brands, again, they only have 2 minutes where you pitch yourself. I don't think they'll care about this, right? So I say my partnerships page where I'm like advocating for myself as an agent. And so that's kind of where it comes from. And so that's usually my formula. I usually do the same formula every time I reach out to brands, reach out to companies. I actually got an interview because I emailed someone. I emailed someone who works at the company, and I was like, hey, like, just here you go. And that's kind of how it got inspired.
Okay, thank you so much. That was very helpful.
Yeah, and then yeah, if you have any questions, you can also feel free to DM me too. But yeah, no, now that I'm like here, it's just like almost like a phone call where I just kind of want to share, like, because you're asking all these questions, and I feel like someone out there also has the same questions, and so that's usually why I record. This is why I try my best to, yeah, just share as much information as possible. And so, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I really liked all of your recent workshops that you've been hosting. They've been really helpful.
Oh, thank you so much. No, honestly, like even if it's like for you or just anyone, or honestly, like yeah, like the other girl who was here, she's my friend. So yeah,
Oh,
no, I
same.
just get Yeah, no, I just get so warmed when you guys all come, and so I really appreciate it. But yeah, did you have any questions? Like, it could even be for like resumes or anything. Yeah, I usually just like leave it up to everyone, honestly.
Yeah, so currently I've just been applying for different roles in marketing as like a recent grad. And I don't know, I don't have a portfolio yet, but I've been kind of wanting to make one. And
Mhm.
so like I guess like my question is like how do you know what to include on a portfolio? Like because
Mm.
I've had some like internships, like marketing internships in the past and stuff. And then there's also been like some projects that I've done for like classes and stuff and things like that, but
Mhm.
nothing like fairly recent because I did graduate like last year. Um, so I'm
Mhm.
just like thinking like, oh, is this still like relevant enough to put on our portfolio?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, do you actually mind if I go to your LinkedIn?
Yeah, of course. I think I
Okay,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think oh yeah, yeah, you're here. No, because I was like, oh my gosh. Um, okay, here you go. Okay, perfect. And then well, advertise. Ooh, advertising. Okay, that's really cool. Senior editor for her camp. Oh, I've heard of her campus. Okay, and then
Yeah.
oh wait, I just realized I'm not sharing my screen.
Oh, no worries.
Um, okay, yeah. So here you go. Oh, you're from San Jose. Okay, so I'm from
Yeah,
SoCal.
San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay,
you're in
so
SoCal?
yeah, yeah. I'm in OC.
Oh, Orange County.
Yeah, yeah. So
Nice.
I kind of like grew up here. Here, let's
Mm-hmm.
see.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna say local, so I'm like very familiar to the Bay.
oh, okay, okay, very
Yeah,
cool. Wow, you have a lot of experience. Okay, so you're a guest speaker, you're a fellow, president, journals. In terms of marketing, is there like a specific branch of marketing that you were interested in? So, like, it could be email marketing, it could be social media, it could be brand marketing, community
yeah.
management. Yeah, like, what does that look like?
I'm mainly interested in social media marketing for or
Mm-hmm.
like things like copywriting for like
Ooh,
either like beauty brands or like any publishing companies.
ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I would say like anything from here, and then T, probably here to yeah, this one too, where you can incorporate anything you worked on and like just put it on your portfolio. Because if you're saying copywriting and social media, I think it would be really cool to incorporate that because you're not only limited to like the creative aspect, but also like you have another niche of experience. Like all of this right here, you could definitely incorporate that somehow. Um,
okay.
yeah, into your portfolio.
Yeah, because right now I just kind of have it like on my LinkedIn and like I feel
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes if people don't scroll, they will miss it. So,
Right. Yeah, I feel like, no, honestly, I always encourage people to have a portfolio, even if you're not in marketing, like even if you're in teaching, just having a site. Like people even say, like in different roles that I apply to, they say website. They don't even say portfolio. Like I just think people who are business oriented or just like because having a portfolio is like the creative freedom of showcasing your work without limits. Obviously, it's not extremely loud or kind of up in your face, but I just think it would benefit a lot if you just had it all together. Because a lot of my work right here isn't in my resume. Yeah, let me see what's in my resume actually. Mm, it's right here. Okay, here. So, like for example, I don't mention anything at Long Beach. A lot of this is, yeah, again in um, my portfolio, and then everything else after that, I don't really showcase. Yeah, again, projects I showcase here. But yeah, no, so because also you could also put in stuff that's not in your experience. It could just be in your free time. So like when I say freelance, so like for example, all this isn't my job, but I put it in there because it's something. And I put this in there as well because it's something. Put this in there. Like these are all accomplishments. These are all my almost like extracurricular things that I do. This too, like, yeah, I can't show that in a resume. No one would really care in a resume. But the reason why resumes and portfolios, when they're paired, it's important because when they like this, they're going to go to your LinkedIn. When they like your LinkedIn, they're going to go to your portfolio. And then all of it is just going to be an accumulation of an impression they have of you. And so when you are saying, oh, I have all my work on my LinkedIn, yeah, you're right. Like they're probably not going to scroll. So you kind of like have to be strategic in the ways that you're telling your story and like create intrigue and create almost things that are vague so that they're more inclined to like wonder. That's where like interviews come in. That's where the curiosity, like, oh my gosh, like I really like this and this and this. I have to get to know her. And so that's like kind of where um interviews come about. Because it's one thing to get your resume past the system, the ATS system, like with keywords and stuff. It's another thing to see your LinkedIn because like honestly, LinkedIn has a lot more visibility than we think. Like I just think of LinkedIn as it's so crazy. We have so much exposure to how many people work in however many ways, right? Like, for example, everyone knows that I've graduated from Cal State Long Beach. Like, that's not something that someone should know about me unless they talk to me or like someone doesn't know that I do all these things, right? Because it's all in here. And so I think it does a lot more than you think because people do I think something that someone said to me once. I had a coffee chat with him, and he said, if there was 100 resumes, how would yours stand out? And the reason why he said that is because he said that there's more value in portfolios now because it's your resume, then it's your portfolio, then it's your LinkedIn, then it's your free time, like all this experience, et cetera, et cetera. And so I think that's where the value of all of it encompassing. So like first, I definitely, of course, terms of priority, definitely your resume. And then I would probably say your portfolio and then your LinkedIn. But I think doing some sort of like kind of almost like a rebrand, because like I don't even think your portfolio is wrong or your LinkedIn is wrong. It's just continuously putting in more creativity. Like, for example, something that people really recognize me for is this. They're like, I've never seen that before, where everyone usually has like corporate banners. And then when I started spending more time on LinkedIn, I was like, you know what? I really don't like corporate limitations. Like, I really like being creative and I really like, kind of being honest and transparent with these webinars because, like, I'm really sick and tired of people saying, oh, you don't have enough experience. But how do I not have enough experience? Isn't that what's supposed to happen? You're supposed to teach me because I just got out of school. So I'm 3 years post grad. And I'm still struggling to find a marketing job. And so I'm like, I have so much potential. I have so much opportunity and work that I could really, really provide for, but they just don't trust me because they don't see the metrics, they don't see the experience, they don't see et cetera, et cetera. But I'm just waiting for that kind of like foot in the door to give me a chance and like to give me a shot. And so that's kind of where all this comes from is okay, let's sit down. I really don't have experience. What can I really do with that? I can't really sulk. I can't really do because the world's still gonna move when I sulk or when I don't. So no one's gonna hold my hand. I have to do something. And so I did the work. I asked a lot of people. I continuously continue like even if I get a job, I'm still gonna work on this. Like I'm gonna still work on everything because this day and age with AI and creativity and just like resources and everything advancing and expediting, like I just have to keep going and keep up. And so the standards will always change. And so I have to match that. And so same thing with LinkedIn. I honestly did not have a game plan with LinkedIn. I just kept doing what I wanted to do and I grew very passionate about it. And then yeah, I just kind of see which ways I could push. So like for example, um I saw someone else. They individually put content creator, content creator, content creator. And I was like, wait a minute. I could kind of put that. I mean, I don't have a lot, but I do it on my free time. And so I do that and stuff. And so, yeah, it really is just like pushing the limits and thinking like I have to stop being afraid. No one's telling me what to do. I should just do things that I think would work. And if they don't, it's okay too, because at least I tried. And so, yeah, I think a lot of it comes from discipline, motivation, inspiration, and just the idea of just like trying to keep going, you know?